let me tell you this again. I could have been one of the most notorious. I got paid by the king, and his grace is a glorious. I could have been one of the most devastating. I got paid by the king, and his love is everlasting. Whoa.
I think it's about time that we started this shit in true SMOD fashion with an awesome fucking transfer from obviously the SMOD Q&A that is now becoming your Saturday night in with a few beers, ready to do this. Okay, so this shit is about to get real. I'm actually a little bit scared, and I'm interviewing from 1,000+ miles away. So without further ado, I suppose we should do the old transfer to what can only be described as probably my most scariest thing that I've ever done. I think this man can get buck wild. I've had a beer to calm my nerves. I'm pretty sure he's done the same. I think he's got his water on the go. But as you can see in that chat right there is a man like Tony. Let me just double check that a second, because that doesn't look quite right. Oh, the man's in the chat already. Look, he's gonna have me on my fucking toes the whole time. Like, I don't know what he's saying. Right, let's move that over, because there's Tony right there. Look, boom. Okay, so I will translation that one. Boom, there you go. We'll move him over there. Right, so we've got lots of shit to talk about, so we're going to get into it. I'm going to post one thing in the chat, and that will basically enable us to talk to each other, I hope. Now he knows. Oh my god, this shit's going to actually happen, people, I think. Tony?
Student!
Fuck!
Oh man! Wow! Goddamn Mondello coming at you live from the Garden Garage here in Butte, Alabama. Wow! Yeah! What you got going on, brother?
Fucking hell, dude. What an entrance, man. What a fucking entrance.
Oh yeah! I'm ready to go. What you got, man?
Man,
that came out of my ass.
Fucking crazy, dude. This is gonna be fucking crazy, man. Right, there is gonna be interludes where we can go and top up beers and stuff like that. Mine are in the fridge,
cool.
So that's gonna definitely happen at some point. But I'm sure this stream's gonna go on for quite a while. I tell you, whilst we're on this, I'll just throw up some images on the background in the stream of just some of your work, some of the pictures that you've sent me, just so that will be going off in the background while we're chatting about. All right, mate. So literally, this is just a slideshow in the background of just some of the work that you've sent me, so people can see that sort of stuff. All right. We'll start off on. Hold on. I get to choose which one they see first. How about that, dude?
That's a good thing. There you go, man. It's all good, brother.
I was going to start with the MW3 console. That was a beauty, mate. That is a fucking beauty.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. Gorgeous.
I love doing it. It was you know, that one was inspired. I'm like a purist when it comes to like a special edition console. Okay, I don't like cutting them. Everybody knows this, okay? You know, I mean, since I've done this stuff, I never liked cutting special edition consoles. It was like, oh, you know, I mean, every time I did it. And, you know, I mean, I was just like, okay, how can I incorporate it? And I'm like going, wait a minute, the lines are already there.
Yeah.
What am I doing? You know, and I mean, hey, wait a minute, I can do this, and then I can do this, and I can do this. And, you know, I mean, it was just nice to follow their lines and actually, you know, do it that way. And it came out nice, you know. I mean, you know, a lot of times, you know, a lot of people want a big cut, you know, because they want to see the drive, they want to see this, they want to see that. And sometimes, you know, bigger isn't always better.
No,
you know,
definitely.
It comes in, you know, you got to look at the console itself, look at the artwork that's on the special editions, and then say, okay, how can I incorporate this without it being like completely friggin' ugly? All right, you know what I mean? You know, and it's just one of those things. It came out real nice. That one was a good one. That one was a real good one. I love that one.
Right, we'll go into your work and all that shit in a bizzles, mate. But I suppose what we should start off by doing, because there is a few people that I'm sure are watching this going, who the fuck is this dude that's just come on the mic and gone mental and blown my phone speaker up? So, I suppose we should start with, who is Tony Mondello, Anthony Mondello. You know what I mean? There's two profiles. Obviously, we've got to go over that as well. So, who are you, dude?
Okay, who am I? All right. Well, my original profile that was on Facebook got Zuckerberg. Okay, right. So you know, and I mean, it had 4,500 followers and all kinds of stuff. And I myself and you know, Sigfredo and Nigel, we started Alliance RGH, and we started that back in 2014. And we've used that going on and on and on and on and on. So, you know, I had to go ahead and I had to go ahead and make another profile. So, you know, I mean, I used my full proper name, Anthony Mondello. Okay, you know, and you know, like I said, I've been doing this for a long time, since actually 2007 when they came out with the JTAG, you know, and you know, I got into this, and you know, me as a person, yeah, I do, you know, I have a regular day job. I do heating and air for a living. And the reason why I chose that was because you have electrical, you have fire, water, gas, chemicals. Yeah. You know, you can do some wonderful things with chemicals.
You are quite how do I say this without any offense to anyone? You are a patriotic American.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I have guns. I have a lot of them.
Yeah, exactly. That's I was thinking, right, what's the best way to describe Tony as the man that I can see from the many videos that you've put out, right?
The basic patriotic fat American. Okay, right? You know?
Mate, I love you to fucking bits, mate. I really fucking do. Your videos have brought a sunshine to a lot of people's fucking random days, where you've got a console that has been not to the best of liking, shall we say?
Yes.
And the emotion that goes into your videos, man, and your whole persona online and everything, man. You know what I mean? Are you like that 24/7?
I'm like that 24/7. But you know, I'm a firm believer in, if you believe in something, okay, and you want to achieve greatness, and you want to achieve something, well, you put 100% in, man. Because if you don't put 100% in, what the freak good is it? Yeah. I mean, you know, I mean, that's just the way that, you know, me, I'm 24/7 wide open. You know what I mean? There's no, it's either on or off. That's it. You know what I mean? Even when I'm sleeping, I'm open. Okay, right? That didn't sound right. Wait a minute. Okay, let's back that up there a little bit.
I know, though, because I know from personal experience and stuff, you're very much like me. You wear your heart on your sleeve as well. You're family man at heart. Like, you know what I mean? It's sort of...
I love my family.
Exactly.
I love my family.
You know, it's sort of it's nice to see someone in your position still trying to do good by everyone. Like, you know what I mean?
I have, you know, I care a lot about what I do, and I care a lot about the people that I do converse with, and that I do business with. Besides, you know, because they're not only, you know, I don't look at them as a dollar bill. Okay, this is a hobby. Now, how this turned out to what it is today, I mean, I don't freaking know. All right, I don't fucking know, man. I mean, it's like all of a sudden, you know, it's like, hey, man, you do these things? Well, yeah. Well, listen, man, I want to send my in, and all of a sudden it just started, you know, getting more and more and more. Now, I've done this locally for people, you know, I mean, before Facebook, and you know, I mean, it wasn't a big deal or anything like that. It was just, it's a hobby. It's fun. I enjoy it. I de-stress by doing this stuff, okay? I decompress. Because during the day, you know, I mean, you're working on boilers, chillers, you're working on stuff, you know, 100-ton chillers the size of a house, you know? And I mean, you know, that kind of stuff, you know, or better yet, take a grocery store with a refrigeration unit that's down, that's about to lose like 15 tons of meat, and it's all on you. Okay, you know, after a while, like, wow, wait a minute. But how it turned into this, I don't know. I mean, I just always put myself forward, and you know, I mean, what I wanted to do is I actually wanted people to see their consoles before they got them. I wanted them to see them boot. I wanted people to see that, hey, this is what you're getting, so you know what you're getting when you get that damn box. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you can't, you know, you can easily, you know, glitch a console, send it off, and that's it, and you know, hooray, and then, you know, converse back and forth, you know, all this crap. No, I wanted people to have their own console, their own video, to say that, hey, man, he built this for me, and check this video out, man. He did this for me, you know? I mean, that's what I wanted. And I didn't know that was going to turn into all this.
Yeah.
Okay, you know, it's just like,
Mate,
wow.
You destroyed Facebook the first time round. You know, with
yeah.
that first profile, you really did. Like every single fucking group wanted your video in their chat. You know, it was phenomenal the way it took off, mate. And
yeah,
I watched the video. It must have been a good while ago now when you were pulling the draw to your RGH giveaway. I don't know if you remember that video.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. That was Ethel. That was Ethel.
Literally, dude. I watched that video and I was like, this man is talking from his heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was a touching video. I don't know if you fucking know it or whether anybody's ever said that to you, but it was definitely, you could see when you were talking about the thanks that you're giving for the people that are watching it, and you could hear in your voice, mate, that you love this shit.
Oh yeah, no. You know why? It's like this too. You know, I mean, look, you got kids these days, okay? And you know damn well, inner city, all that crap, a lot of drugs going around, a lot of crap like that. I'd rather give them something to play with at home. You know what I'm saying? Than be out in the street and murdered. You know? I mean, you know, if it's something that could bring a smile to their face, let them have a little bit of fun with it and everything. You know, I mean, why not? You know, and I mean, and it was fun. You know, I mean, I used to do these things, man. I mean, I used to do hard just $25, bro. I had people send me a console. I put a chip in it for $25. You know, right? Everybody's like going, "Are you mad?" You know, I had other installers going, "Dude, you're killing us, man. You're killing us." It's like, okay, I'll back up a little bit, all right? You know, I mean, you know, because I just.
Right, I'm gonna pull you back a second, Tone. Right, mate. I'm just gonna tell you right now, we're hitting 50 fucking viewers strong on this stream, man. You gotta give,
oh my god,
it's crazy, dude. Like, literally, it's Saturday night. These people should be out at the pub.
Yeah,
and then sat there watching us. Two old fuckers just going on about RGHs.
You know, I mean, I don't know.
It's a Saturday night and we've got 50 people watching us. What the fuck's going on, brother?
I don't know. I just, you know, I mean, like I said, you know, I mean, I've been around for a long time. A lot of people know me. You know, I mean, you know, when my Facebook actually got removed, you know, I mean, a lot of my friends were like, where did Tony go? In fact, they were hitting up Lorraine saying, man, did he block me? No, I didn't block you. Unfortunately, I got Zuckerberg. Okay, you know, I mean, you know, so it just, you know, but it's okay, though, because now they're all coming back, you know, and they're all like going, oh, man, that's Tony. Holy shit, you know, and all of a sudden now I went from 0 friend requests to like freaking 500 in half a heartbeat. I'm like going like, okay, this is what it used to be. Yeah, okay, here we go. So, you know, I mean, but, you know, I mean, like I said, I have a lot of people said,
sorry, I just read a comment which was, I bet Tony can do the best Scooby-Doo impression.
You just hey, wait a minute. Dude, I gotta say one thing. Okay, and you know, good friend of mine, Ecstatic Mod Shop, the guy, I've known him for 2 years. Okay, he made me an admin at Xbox 360 Mods. He is one of the best friends that I have online. You know, I mean, he is top tier, one of the best friends that I have online. Okay, and also Brian Brombeck, one of the greatest guys that I got. He has been with me since the start. And I mean, you know, and we had Sagan and Nigel, but they're gone. You know, and Chris DeGenix, he's doing his own thing. He's Chris. You know, I mean, he's the Mean Old Bastard Club. That's why we call him Mob. All right, you know what I mean? But you know, I mean, you know, Ecstatic is a real good friend of mine, and I just promised him I would say one thing. Pickle Rick! Okay, there you go, Ecstatic. I hope that you're fucking happy now. All right?
Right, you got to explain that shit. Because I've been seeing that go back and forth between you two for a very long time. So what the fuck is Pickle Rick? What the fuck is it all about? Come on, dish it, man.
Dude, if you ever watched Rick and Morty, man, the guy... I mean, just... Rick, you know, I guess I kind of remind him of Rick because I'm always coming up with these crazy things to put on my console. So now I'm going to put Pickle Rick on a fucking console, okay? You know, it's going to probably look like a giant green dildo, but, you know, I mean, what the hell? All right? You know? gotta have a Pickle Rick console, man. Okay, yeah, got to. You know, I mean, but you know, I mean, him and I, we just go back and forth, and he and you know, I mean, and then you know, I mean, Brian, who has basically been my right hand man, you know, Brian Brombeck, he's got a couple of raffles going on too. He's got some consoles down here and some hard drives that we're going to be giving away very shortly. We're going to be plugging that also, you know. And I mean, and I got a couple other little things up my sleeve, you know. I mean, but I'm gonna tell you what, man. Like I said, I'm thankful for the real friends that I have made on Facebook. You know, I never realized how much people really do care, because they're always out, how you doing, Tony? What's going on? Blah blah blah. You know, and it's like I'm amazed. Okay, I'm amazed myself, because I'm like, look, I'm just some freaking schlep HVAC mechanic from freaking, actually from Patterson, New Jersey, but moved to Alabama. Don't ask how that one went. Okay, right? You know, I mean, you know, the first thing out of people's mouth when they hear me is, "You're not from around here, are you?" You know, and I just have this vision. I have this vision of Burt Reynolds in the background, okay? Squeal like a pig, okay? You know what I mean? It's just like Deliverance comes to mind, okay? You know what I mean? But,
yeah, definitely.
Okay, but you know, I mean, like I said though, you know, I mean, you know, I'm just a regular human being, just like everybody else. You know, I mean, I had some kids calling me a god and this and crap, and I'm like going, don't you ever call me that, okay? I'm not. All because I can solder 5 wires together and make a console glitch does not make me nothing. It's just the way I do it. Yeah, I'm okay. You know, I mean, I'm not the best in the world. I'll never claim that. Okay, you know, I mean, I'm sorry. Anybody that claims that they're the best is a freaking moron, because you never stop learning. Life goes on. You never stop learning. You always learn. So, you know, in actuality, you know, I'm just someone who can screw some wires together, some LEDs, and make something look halfway decent or whatever. You know, I mean, that's just about it. You know, I mean, no big deal. It's just me. I can't be anybody else but me. So, you know, I mean, you know, I don't try to put on a persona or anything. I mean, what you see is what you get with me. Okay, you know, I mean, well, it's just about it.
It's funny you touch on that, because that's kind of the whole reason I started this Q&A, is to try and show people that the people behind the scenes aren't this fucking big, horrible machine that's trying to, like, you know what I mean? The people that are really trying to help and really trying to do something, even the bad developers, they're still trying.
They're trying.
I mean? They're trying their hardest to get, even if they are using copied codes, even if they, you know, they're trying to get the best they can for their clients. You know what I mean?
They're doing everything that they can. Okay, exactly. You know, I mean, look. You know, I mean, look. I had numerous developers on Facebook. You know, I mean, build servers for me, man. And I mean, you know, some good, some of them okay, some of them not so good. Some of, you know, I mean, it's just they tried. Okay, and you know what? Nothing beats a failure but a try. Yeah. Do I care about the freaking money? No, because the money came from the consoles anyway. Everything that I do with these consoles goes right back into what I do. It doesn't go into my pocket. You know, I mean, so you know, I mean, I have a regular day job. You know, I mean, this is what pays my bills. Okay, you know, I mean, you know, this is just for shits and giggles and fun. You know, I mean, I did just to have some fun, and you know, I mean. You know, like I said, we put our heart into our things. You know, I mean, we put our heart into it. And, you know, no, it's not some big machine. Dude, I'm in a washroom. Okay, or I have my desk set up, my workbench set up in my washroom. My washer and dryer is right behind me. Okay, this is where I work. It's not a big machine. Okay, I got a shit out back with a load of freaking Xboxes in it. And every time I need one, I go out there and grab the sumbitch. All right, you know what I mean? And then, of course, yeah, they've taken over the living room and the kitchen. And in fact, even Lorraine told me, she's like, if I see one in the bathroom, I'm going to kill you. I am just going to freaking kill you. Okay, you know, I mean, but that poor girl.
Should we touch on that now? Like, you know, so who's Lorraine? Like,
Lorraine,
people
Lorraine
doesn't know. Lorraine's your girlfriend. She
takes care of. Without her, this. Oh my God, man, dude, listen. The first year that I did this, I was doing the sales, service, repairs, answering, and soldering all at the same time. Okay, you should have seen that. That one was like a freaking, it was a frenzy, okay? And then finally, you know, I mean, she came to me, she's like, do you need some help with this? And I was like, you just opened up a can of worms you didn't want to open up. Okay, I just like going like, what do you mean by that? I was like going, oh, you want to help me? Sure. Yeah, why not? So I started having her do all of my orders, and then it turned from orders into shipping, into answering questions, into answering questions on the server, into putting people on the server, into understanding plugins and this, you know. And I mean, and it just went on. And she's like, now she rips her hair out and has a conniption and looks at me and goes, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to freaking kill you. Okay, you know what I mean? And you know, it gets really bad, all right, because in my kitchen, it's where my cabinets are, right? And, you know, there's a lot of cabinets there. Well, that's where we have our order board, okay? And every cabinet right now is full, okay? You know what I mean? Of each cabinet is holding like 10 orders each, and she's going through these things, and she's answering people, and they're like, when's it going to get done? When's it going to get done? There's 4 before you. Oh, when's it going to get done? When's it going to get done? Oh, well, there's 3 before you now. You know what I mean? She's like, ah! You know what I mean? But, you know, I mean, I'm one guy. I got one soldering iron. What am I going to tell you, okay? You know, do the best we can.
So what is your waiting list then for a console from you? Like, if somebody right now, Lorraine, I want a console from Tony. How quick can you get it to me?
About right now we're running 7 to 10 days. Right now we're running 7 to 10 days. You know, and I mean, and that's that 7 to 10 days, and then we ship it 2 days. So you know, I mean, but it all depends. You know, I mean, it also depends upon what was ordered before each one, because I will not put someone before another person. Yeah. It doesn't work that way. I mean, I had people say, "Yo, man, I'll pay you extra if you do mine quick," and I'm like, "No." What, you don't like the money? No. The point of the fact is, would you like it if I went ahead and I put someone's console before yours? Well, no. Okay, so there's your answer. Yeah. You know what I mean? You know, I mean, I'm one guy. I can't do it all. There's other good RGHers out there too that really do a good job. Okay, you know, I mean, I'm not the only one. All right, but when it comes right down to it, if they want one for me, I mean, I had people who said, "Well, I'll wait for him." You know, and it's like, okay. So, you know, I mean, I'm like going like, okay, we're stacking up. And, you know, in a weekend, I could mosh out probably about the last time I really went crazy. Okay, I did 14 of them in one day, you know, which was like, I worked till 2 a.m. in the morning that day. And I mean, I got 14 out. And then that following Sunday, I did another 7. And she wanted to kill me because she had to haul them to the post office. You know what I mean? You know, but you know, it's kind of crazy. But you know, at night during the weekdays, you know, when I'm home from work, when I get home from work, I'll do 1 or 2. You know, but it depends on also what they want. You know, if they want custom cutouts, stuff like that. You know, they want laser etched glass. Yeah, that takes time, man. I mean, all of that does take time. There's nothing, you know, you can't rush that because you'll wind up with shit if you do.
Form, mate. At the end of the day, if you've got somebody that can cut it perfectly, you know what I mean. It is an art form to get that sort of detailed laser cutting. It takes some. Takes some doing.
Listen, it takes a $26,000 laser machine to do it. Okay, you know, I mean, you know, it's not cheap. My buddy owns a laser etching machine, and him and I, you know, I'll draw it out. You know, I have some guys sending me in sketches, right, and then I have to freehand draw it out on a computer, convert it over to curve, and then he'll put it in the machine. And we'll go ahead and we'll do a hit and see how it goes. You know, I mean, and you know, it's got to be black and white in order for the laser to actually pick it up. If it's not duotone, it doesn't work right. And sometimes these guys, they send me grayscale, and it's like, oh, and then I have to sit there and convert it from grayscale to duotone. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, okay, so now I have to convert the thing, then I have to send it to them, and it'll tell me, okay, this is good, this works. Then, you know, I'm waiting for the inevitable, hey, Tony, listen, you got to redo this whole thing, man. It ain't going to work, you know what I mean? You know, and it looks like crap. So, you know, I mean, all of this takes time. There's nothing fast about it. If you want Fast and Furious, fine, you'll get Fast and Furious, okay? And then when it breaks, don't yell at me. I don't want to hear it. You know what I mean? Just that way. Oh, dear God.
But I got loads of people watching, like Patrick, Jordan, Cameron, Ecstatic, Anthony, Peter, Jamie, Nicholas, Xavier, Mason, Jordan, Ben,
God.
Mate, there's loads of them, man. So big shout out to everyone for tuning in on a Saturday
Definitely
night.
big shout out to you guys.
Crazy.
Thank you.
Absolutely
Thank you so
fucking
much.
Crazy.
You know, hey, I love you guys. I love you guys.
Can't believe you got a fucking air horn.
Dude, that came out of my ass. I can whistle. Oh, promise me. Okay, so anyway, I'm sorry. You never know what's gonna come out of my mouth.
No,
right?
no.
That can go really bad. Okay.
Right, I'll keep you on track then. How many consoles do you think you've glitched? I know you don't have to think, because I asked you to find out exactly, didn't I?
Yes, you did. It's about right now since 2007. Okay, because I had to go through older hard drives that I still had with people's names on them and everything. Right now, to date, I'm right at about 3,228. So it's a lot. Yeah,
bro.
Right about 3,228, man. Right there. I mean, there was a couple times when we lost count. Lorraine was helping me, and it was just like,
let's just stop about the 228. That's fucking significant.
Yeah, no, 3,200.
Yeah, 3,000.
228 consoles. Yes. And in fact, when I showed you where my J runner, right? Yeah. All the names that I did. You saw how far. That's only one. That's only one hard drive. Okay.
Right. This is why I was a little bit apprehensive about having you on the show. You've done so many that I was like, is there anything I can ask this person that he won't know? Or whether I'm going to make him go, I'm not sure. You know what I mean? So I'm going to try everything I possibly can tonight to make you go, I don't know, or I don't want to answer that question, okay?
Oh my God. Listen, I'll answer anything you want. You know,
I know you will.
There is a limit. There is a limit. There is a limit, though. Okay, all right. There is a limit. Let's not go there. Okay. All right. Let's.
You know, from my conversations and some of the stuff that I've posted, I'm just as crazy as you sometimes.
I know you are. I know you are, man. I've seen your shit. I know. Okay, you're a freaking wild guy. Okay, you know, I mean, that's why I love you. All right, you know, I mean, you know, I love a person that just tells it like it is and speaks from the heart, man. And that's you. That's you. Definitely. That's why that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this, because I was like, it was long overdue, man. I mean, you asked me last year. You asked me like last year, and I was so busy, bro. I mean, literally, that it was just like, I can't.
There's so much shit going on in the scene compared to what has happened this year, with Xbox X coming out and everyone moving over to the One. 360's slowing the fuck down.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. It's going to. You know. I mean, 2-3 years life expectancy, and you know. I mean, and the server. You know, when the servers get turned, that's it. You know. I mean, you know. But you know, you got to remember something else too, though. Okay, with the 360, not only can it be an RGH, they also. You know, a lot of people forget about Freestyle Dash and Link, which is a way to connect your 360 to other 360s without Xbox Live. You don't need a KV. You don't need any of that. Yeah. Okay, it uses HTTP. Now there is, you know, Aurora, which is they're working on a network which is not going to be HTTP network. Okay, HTTP is a bitch, and I can understand that. So they're going ahead and they're making their own network, which is going to be really cool. Also, these things, they are great, absolutely great for emulation. Yeah. I mean, when you think about it, you know, I mean, I built a MAME cabinet. Okay. Yeah. Now I'm not sure. You know what a MAME is, okay?
Yeah,
you know,
I do, but you're gonna have to explain it for a couple of people that have got no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Okay. A MAME cabinet is an arcade cabinet. It's a stand-up arcade cabinet. Okay. What we did was we put an Xbox in it with emulators and all that stuff. Okay. We wired a regular controller. Okay. An actual pinball, well, not a pinball, I should say, but an actual video game joystick and buttons. Okay, and wired it to a controller.
Straight to the motherboard of a controller.
Right, exactly. Straight to the controller, which plugged into the motherboard. Okay, and it looked like a regular arcade cabinet. And then, you know, what we did was you know, I had stickers made up for it and everything. You know, I wish I had a picture of it. It was done a while ago.
I don't know if you've seen any of my buddy's work. He's called the Sharkade. He's in the town near where I live, but he makes racing cabinets and bar top cabinets, and
it's insane. Yes,
that
yes,
sort of thing. Like,
yes,
and yeah. I mean, he's very good at what he does. Man.
It's awesome. It's awesome to get into. I mean, it really is.
It's fucking crazy. Some of the stuff that you can do with a Raspberry Pi, mate, it's not worth talking about. You know what I mean?
I know. It's ridiculous, man. I mean, it really is ridiculous. Raspberry Pi, a little Raspberry Pi, which is like, tiny, but yet very powerful. Very bad. Linux is a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up on Linux, and I grew up on Unix System 5 version 386. Of course, people are going what the hell is System 5 version 8? Okay, I mean, yeah, that goes to show my age. Yeah, all right.
Exactly. Like you've been around the block a few times. I mean,
yeah. Oh yeah. The block is getting longer, and I'm getting tired. All right, I mean, the feet are hurting, but I mean, like I said, we're talking years and years ago, I mean, but with a MAME,
I mean, with that, I mean, I suppose we should go into something like what is your history in like modding in general, and obviously the whole scene of what that entails, and what I mean, where do you come from that sort of side of things?
I'm going to tell you, like I said, I started out in 2007, and you want to know how I got into this? Okay, I'm gonna enlighten you. Just a little side story, okay? If that's all right.
Yeah,
okay,
crack on, bro.
All right.
Well, in fact, whilst you do your side story, I'm going to run to the fridge and get a quick beer. So you tell the people, and I'll be straight back.
Right on in. It's all good, guys. It's all good. Okay.
Safe.
Hey guys, hey, listen. He's away. He's going to get a beer. Okay, listen. This guy sucks. He's horrible. Wait till he hears this on the stream. Anyway, okay. People ask me often, what got you into this? Okay, I'm going to tell you what got me into this. My grandson Cameron. Back in 2005, I bought him an Xbox 360. Now I had an original Xbox. I mean, everybody had one of them, 733 pain. Loved that thing to death, man. Did all kinds of crazy stuff with that thing. It was awesome. Modded it the whole night. I loved that. Okay, but along comes the Xbox 360, and he wants one. So what do? Like any good grandparent, all right, keep you out of trouble. Yeah, what the hell? Okay. $399. Right? Buy this thing. Bring it home. It's great. Freaking excellent. I mean, like 2 years goes by with this original Xbox, and it was a Xenon. Okay, and we all know the Xenon was a ticking time bomb from hell. Okay, yeah, it sounded just like that. Him opening his beer. Okay, right? And what happened was just before the warranty, it red ringed. And I was like, oh, hell. And it was still in warranty, so I was like, okay, let's send it back to Microsoft. Well, they deemed it that because it was so close to the warranty date that they wouldn't warranty it, and they sent it back. I came home that day, and there was Cameron sitting on the porch, hand, face in hand. Didi, they wouldn't fix my Xbox. I was like, what? They said, and I read this letter. Well, we hope you get back into the game, blah, blah. You mean to tell me I had 2 years, $399? You sons of bitch. Okay. All right? I'm pissed. It's like, Cameron, give me the Xbox. He's like, what are you going to do? I was like, Cameron, it's already broken. Just give it to me. Okay? I'm he's like, what are you going to do? I was like, Cameron, just give it to me. He finally gave it up, and I'm like, leave me alone. Okay, right, So I'm like looking at this thing, and I start to take it apart, and I mean, of course, it had clips in it and everything. I didn't know where the clips were on it or anything. Oh, it was horrid, but I got it apart, without destroying it, which was
that's impressive if you don't know where
yes,
the clips
it
are.
is. Yeah, I mean, it was like wow, okay, so this is cool, because I saw the little key marks in the back. I'm like, and then I pushed it in with a small screwdriver. I'm like, oh, I see the way that this is. So I get it apart, right? And it's red ringing. I'm like, oh, son of a bitch. And then I took the DVD drive off, and I'm looking at this thing, and it's running, it's red ringing. I pushed down on the GPU heatsink, and all of a sudden it went green. And I'm like, what? Oh, what the hell is this? So I take it apart, and I see that it's got a BGA bus, and I'm just like going like, okay. And for people that don't know what a BGA bus is, it's a dual-sided motherboard, so therefore it's got circuitry on the bottom, circuitry on the top. You can't put a pin chip through it. So they take solder balls, and they slam the chip on the motherboard, heat it up, and there it is. Okay, and unfortunately they used horrible solder, and also Foxconn, which builds these motherboards, hell, they were cited for people committing suicide because of the horrid conditions that they had to work in. There's a big thing about that.
Yeah, their production line wasn't the best, was it?
No, it was not. It was horrid. Okay, it was literally hard.
I also believe there was a load of consoles that went out that were sabotaged by the staff because they were just fucking pissed off with the way they were being treated.
Man, they were being treated like shit. And it's like going like, that's a bad.
Didn't PlayStation have the same thing though?
Yes, they did.
Sure, PlayStation did exactly the same thing, and they had a load of fucking consoles that went out that just didn't work at all.
It was horrible. You had the yellow light of death. You know what I mean? It was just like, it was literally, it was horrible. But I pushed on it, and I'm like, what the hell? So I was just like, okay. So I went ahead and went out all American style, okay, as in patriotic cowboy style. Got me a heat gun.
Holy shit! You know this.
Yeah.
Real,
oh
man.
yeah. Oh yeah. And then I grabbed some liquid flux. I poured it on the chip, and I just heated it up. And when the flux started smoking, I'm like, okay, that's good. Okay, right? Never red ringed again, and I fixed it. And
that's what you call a successful hacked reball.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, but however though, I did go online to see these things, and I was reading all about the red ring. I'm like, you sons of bitches, you sent this thing out knowing damn well it's gonna fail.
It was paste was horrible as well, wasn't it? The paste they used. Oh my god! It's like they were trying to make it happen.
Oh yeah, they were. Are you kidding me? It was ridiculous. And then people think that the X clamps hold the heatsink on. No, they do not.
No,
they support the center of the board, the center of the chip. Okay, what holds the heatsink on are the screws that go through the base plate. Yeah, you had these guys.
It's the actual base plate that holds the CPU down.
Holds the heatsink down. You had these guys putting these nylon washers on, not supporting the center.
I'll be honest, I've done it. I bought the fucking hack off of the fucking off of eBay, and I did it, and it worked. I was like, yeah, it's fine. 2-3 days later, it went wrong and never worked again.
Yes. It's a pressure clamp. You can't do anything with that, man. It just freaking breaks. So that's how I got into it. And then after I figured out, what this was, I was like, I wonder what else is on about these little Xboxes. And Microsoft screwing my grandson. Oh yeah, mother. Guess what? I'm gonna find a way to stick it right up your butt, and I'm gonna enjoy it and laugh. And that's when I got into JTAG. Ooh, couple of resistors, a few Xenier diodes, and brother, it was on. I had me my free 60. Okay, right, and it was free, and I loved it.
Funny
and I was
the way
like,
that you went
Bill Gates, shove it up your ass, bitch. How you like me now? Okay, that's how it started.
Yeah,
that's how I started. Okay,
See, I went the other route with mine. Mine basically red ringed and did all that shit. I got it fixed. I got it working again. And then rather than going the JTAG route, I went the C Forever route.
Yes. Okay. Oh yeah.
You know yourself how difficult that whole process was, and taking it out and finding that sweet spot and plunging it, and all those little things that you had to do to get that firmate change. I'm going to try and explain this in layman's terms for people that don't know what I'm talking about.
That kamikaze hack!
Oh, mate, that was scary as fuck!
Oh, yes, it was! Are you kidding me, man? You're there with a drill bit! What the fuck am I doing? Okay, it's like, what am I doing? Okay, it's like, oh,
right. Let's try and explain that in layman's terms for people. Basically, C Forever is a quite well-known, what would you call it, a coder in our community, and basically he writ the firmware that will let you play copied DVDs as opposed to legit DVDs from a burnt drive on an Xbox, and he writ the code that you can put onto your Xbox DVD drive. Microsoft will see it as a normal disc. If you've burnt it properly, that is.
Dual layer disc.
Yeah, dual layer, 8.5 gigabyte verbatims, sold the fuck out back in 2000s.
Yes. Oh my god, dude, $29 for 3.
Oh yeah,
I remember. Oh god, man, holy shit! I was like, really?
Yeah, but I went that route, mate, and you went the completely opposite route, didn't you? Like,
I went full dark.
Yeah.
I went full dark, you know. I mean, but no, I used to play burn backup games too. I love that, man. See Forever was awesome, man. Hell, the Samsung drive, okay? The Hitachi 47,
Yeah.
48, 51, 78. I remember the 78 unlocker where they came out with the key, and then someone's...
The disc, the fucking disc that you put in and it had to read. I was like, what the fuck is this?
And so, you know, I mean, dude, it was a lot. You know what was great though is that is the way that he did it though to unlock the 78 unlocker by delivering an audio package.
Yeah.
That was like freaking tops, man. To unlock that drive, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, that was awesome, man.
That was winning. That was straight up fucking winning. And then,
dude, it was
mate.
awesome.
Just talk about that, like, mate. Fucking the silver bullet that those boys dropped, 3.0. That's been golden, has it not?
Oh yes.
They knew. There's like, we've won. Fuck it.
It was awesome, man. It was awesome. You know, I mean, now with the Slims, you got to buy an unlock board, or you know what I do. You know what I've done. I mean, I've actually taken a 16D2S drive because it's an RGH. So you know, I mean, it's not going to, you know, it's on Xbox Live on the Stealth server. So what difference does it make? I've taken a 16.2DS drive, and I've cut the sides off and everything, put a clear top on it, and shoved that in a friggin' Slim.
Yeah,
and use that.
The thing is,
though,
when you get to that sort of stage, when you're looking at the Slims, it's easier to RGH it than what it is to flash the fucking drive.
Oh, yes, it is. I mean, dude, I can sit here and RGH all day long. When it comes to flashing the drive, I mean, I got a USB Pro. Thank God I got that thing.
Oh, mate, yeah,
I didn't have that damn thing, man. I'd be ripped my... Listen, I used to do it.
We should stop and explain what a USB Pro is. A USB Pro is a USB device that you can plug into your computer, and it can hook up to pretty much any SATA port. SATA port is a port which is within computing. It can hook up to pretty much any device. It's pretty fucking phenomenal. And find that device, which is something that not a lot of bits of kit can do.
Yes, and you know, Jungle Flasher. Thank God for Jungle Flasher,
mate.
man.
Yeah,
definitely.
All those like people don't see. I mean, I'd love to do interviews with all of those people as well. You know what I mean? But I know they've got to be in hiding a lot more than us.
Yes, they do, because man,
of some of the stuff they've released and some of the stuff that they've done in, you know what I mean. I wouldn't dare ask C Forever for an interview. You know what I mean? It's something that he would never even consider doing. Well, I don't think he would. If he's got any marbles, he fucking wouldn't.
It wouldn't. You know, I mean, C Forever was C Forever. I mean, he revolutionized the DVD hack. He really did. I mean, he's just a phenomenal man. You know, a lot of these people don't even know who he is because you know, he's been gone for a while. It's just like 15432. Okay, Alexi has been a good friend of mine. I mean, I remember when he was coming out with RGH 1.2, and he had me. Yeah, I'll never forget. Tony, listen, I need you to go to your stockpile and see if you got any Xenons with a Canadian CPU. Oh my God, I was out there for hours going through consoles looking for one that had a Canadian CPU so we could TTL it, and it was just like, you know, it was great. But he would do these timing files. He wouldn't use a friggin' oscilloscope. He used Windows Calculator. Okay. And I'm like, how the... And he would throw Chris DeGenix or Sigfrido, Nigel Atkins, myself. He would throw his time file and say, here, try this. Where am I at? Is this good? Is this not good? What is this? How is this? You know, I mean...
We should roll that back a bit, because of obviously when you've got an install... As an installer, I mean, I've installed my own Xboxes. I've only ever sold one Xbox Live to anybody, like, you know what I mean, and he's still happy to this date. And I put my soldering up as pictures. I made sure people knew what they were buying. I charged 200 UK pounds, which I know is a little bit more expensive, but I did give him a full hard drive full of goodies. A few extra bits, and you know what I mean. It's got LEDs. It's got all the little bits that we all like to throw in, like, you know what I mean.
Plus your time. What's your time worth, man?
Exactly.
What's your time worth? Okay, you know, I mean, put a price on time. You can't, man. You can't get it back once you spent it. That's simple.
But I wouldn't ever do it as a business like you've done, just because I know every fucking Xbox can be different.
Yes. Yes, they can.
It's not. It's not a fucking science. It's an experiment.
Yes, you know, you have to thank Microsoft for the plus and minus 5% tolerance.
Yeah.
Because that is where the magic is. That is where every Xbox has its own freaking personality. I promise you. I promise you. Okay? Because you could do it the same way 1,000 times and you're still using different timing files no matter what.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
I've got a Jasper that I've tried with an Ace. I've tried with a with these
Cool Runner.
The Cool Runner, but I've got the Rev D, which is, I know is a bit shit, but you know, I've tried that, and I've tried with an original Cool Runner as well, and it just wasn't having it, and it just stayed in my shed because I got fucking pissed off with it, mate. So it's still there to this day.
Oh man, no! I got it. And I'll tell you how to wire that. We get it running. I'm telling you right now, we get it running, bro.
All
we get it running.
We'll do that another day.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will.
Okay.
Okay, yes, we will. I'm looking forward to that. You know, I mean, I use Cool Runner Rev Ds all the time, and they work great. I don't use the clock on the Cool Runner Rev D.
Yeah.
I'm always wiring it to the board. I'm always running it to the board because the clock. If the clock goes bad, what the freak, man? I want to get it from the console. I want it to be exactly right. You know, I want the standby clock to be right because if it's right, it's going to work.
I suppose we should explain what that is to people that have got no idea what a standby clock is within a JTAG or an Xbox or whatever. So
yeah, it's a clock that actually controls when the pulse is going to be sent. You know, you got your post out, which is your C wire. You know, and of course it's going through the firmware. It's going through post. It's going through post out, and then that's just it's like the heartbeat of the console. And then what it'll do is it sends a pulse to, you know, if you're tied to C517 or, you know, or whatever, or if you have a PLL wire, which is what RGH 1.2 is about, you know. I mean,
I love the way you're saying all this stuff. People are beginning to go, yeah, that made no sense to me.
Yeah, I know, you know, I mean, you know, it's
a really hard process to try to understand. But it's a really simple process at the same time if you're not paying attention to all those fine details. Does that make sense?
Right, exactly. You know, I mean, look, you know, you can Google how to RGH, you know, an Xbox, okay? And you know what? There's a lot of videos. I've done a couple videos out there how to do it, you know? And I mean, and you know, I mean, you just follow along. It's labeled. The wires are labeled out. One of the problems is everybody, I don't know why, but they burn the board somehow. And I'm like, going, what are you running the iron at? Like 9,000 degrees? What are you doing? You know, I mean, they burn the pads right off the motherboard. I'm like, going, are you crazy? And then, you know, I have people that ask me, they say, well, what do you run the iron at?
I've got about 6 or 7 motherboards, well, probably a few more that I've killed.
I've killed them too.
That moves on quite nicely to a question 4, which is how many boxes have you killed?
Oh God, Jesus Christ! Okay, oh yeah. Well, you know, I have a pig farm, so you know they eat everything but the teeth. So I'm not gonna comment on that. No, I'm kidding. Listen. I'm gonna tell you what right now.
What the fuck, dude?
Don't ask. Old Italian story, okay? Old mob story, okay? Listen.
We're not going to go down that path. You told me we weren't allowed to go down that path. That's what you told me. You told me that that rabbit hole was out of bounds, and I said, okay. You just opened that rabbit hole. What's the connection?
I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, now people are going to go, well, what's the connection with Tony and the mob then? Mate, you said it. So, like, what is the connection with you and the old school mafia?
My grandfather was the fat man of Patterson, Frank Peretti. Okay,
wow,
he was a politician. Dude. He was a politician and a bookie. I'll never forget the rides in the Cadillac with my mom and my dad. My grandfather turned around to me and he said, "Hey, Anthony, you know what's real nice about being a politician? You get away with everything." You know, my mother would slap my back, "Daddy, you're teaching them bad things." You know what I mean? This was my grandfather. This was my grandfather. Okay, you know, I mean, you know, he's a freaking psychopath, man. He really, you know, he was a master of ceremonies. I showed you the pictures, and you know that he was, you know, right up in the New York
Would you
Times
mind
and
me
everything.
showing a picture of your granddad?
Go ahead. What the hell,
Really?
man?
Okay, well, mate, I haven't actually set this up, so I'm gonna have to.
You know what the hell?
Have to
You know,
set it up live on stream right now, so you people can see it.
You know, I
right.
mean, he was a nut job, man. I mean, I loved him dearly. I used to be his bag boy. He used to give me a ring ding to go around and collect garbages. Well, he called it garbages from the local, you know, the butcher. He used the excuse. I'll never forget it. He's like, listen, they're going up on the price on garbage pickup. So, you know, I have a dumpster in the back. I got a dumpster in the back here. So, Aunt, listen to what I want you to do. I'm 8 years old. Listen, this is what I want you to do, Anthony. I want you to go around these stores, and you're going to pick up the trash for me. You're going to bring it to me. I'm going to put it in a dumpster. We're going to save them money, and I'm going to give you a ring ding, which was a chocolate little cake. I was like, okay. So and every one of these shops had one bag of garbage.
Yeah.
One. And it wasn't very big. And I think nothing of it. This went on for a year. Till finally I started watching movies and understood what the hell a bag man was.
Right, here we go. On the screen right now is a picture of your granddad.
Yep.
In the background of this picture, I don't know if anyone can make it out, because it's obviously an old cutting from a newspaper that Tony sent me that he didn't expect me to enlarge and find Tony in the background.
Oh, no, you son of a bitch.
So yeah, the one that I enlarged and sent you, mate, the one with the gentleman sat in the background with his head being supported by his arm.
Yep,
is
I was born.
actually Tony, I do believe.
Yes,
mate?
Yes, it was. I was what, 18 in that. I was 18 years old.
So, yeah.
Man, we listen, I'm gonna tell you what, I miss those days. But you know, I mean, like I said, you know, I mean, I came from a very diverse background. Did a lot of crazy shit. You know, I mean, it's like I'm thankful for the people I had in my life, because you know, while people, you know, as a kid, I wouldn't hang out with kids my age. I always hung out with adults. You learn. You keep your mouth shut. You know, God gave you 2 ears, 2 eyes, and 1 mouth for a reason. Open your ears, open your eyes, keep your mouth shut. You might learn something.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, I mean, you know, but yeah, that was yeah. Okay. Now, question 4: how many consoles have I killed? Yeah, let's see. All right, I'm gonna tell you right now. I must have killed what, 15, 20, 30 consoles. You know, I mean, at least. You know, I mean, hell, just listen. It could be sitting here. I can RGH the friggin' thing, right? And then all of a sudden, just out of the clear blue, the South Bridge dies. But what the fuck? You know, I mean, it worked for 5 seconds, and then all of a sudden, it's like, why did the South Bridge? Oh, another one in the trash pile, because I sure as hell ain't going to give it to someone. I mean, you know, I'm not going to reflow it and say, here you go, because I know what's going to happen 6 months down the road. Yeah. Okay, it's going to fail. And, you know, I mean, if you notice with my consoles, you know, I really do care about the people that buy them.
Yeah. Because
I give them a 1 year labor warranty. Which means, if that motherfucker acts like a fool, not due to somebody who flashed an AND the wrong way, or put a bad XCX on it, or something like that, self-inflicted gunshot wound is self-inflicted gunshot wound. But the hardware does fail. You ship it back to me, and, you know, I mean, I take care of it. It's that simple. I will, because I stick by what I say. And you know what? If you got the balls to sell these things, then you better have the balls to back up what the hell you're selling. Because if you ain't got the balls to back up what you're selling, and you give it like a 1 month warranty, what the hell is that? Yeah. What kind of value is that? Nothing. That's shit. Garbage. Junk. Okay? You know, I mean, you know, get something with a good backed warranty that the person's going to be there to back it up. Yeah. Just like we have. You know, I mean, that's
been a lot of your success, though. You know what I mean? You've always delivered on what you say you can do, and if it's got to the point of someone sent you something that you can't work with, you've replaced the bits that needed to be replaced to make it work.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh,
you
yes. I mean? Oh, yeah. Well, look at Louis Logano. One of my favorite, worst consoles that you could ever imagine. Do you remember the Water Baby console? Do you remember that video?
Not sure I do, no.
Okay. Okay. You know, okay. Lewis,
I know this affects you mentally, dude.
Oh yes, it does. It was bad, man. It was horrid. I mean, it was hard. This one really does fall under one of the worst experiences installing. Okay, this is question 3 right here. Okay, this is question 3. all wrapped up in a nice, pretty little package with a bow. All right, Louis Logano, okay, wonderful guy, love him dearly. Hate his friggin' Xbox, can't stand that son of a. Listen, he sent me this thing, and you know, I mean, this was last year. He said, or the year before, excuse me. He sent me this thing in, and he said, Tony, I got a problem with it booting. It's a dual NAND. It doesn't want to boot, blah, blah, blah. And the guy that sold to me, he's not helping me in any way, shape, or form. You know, I'm like, oh, okay, send it to me. All right. He sends it to me. And it's a nice-looking console. Don't get me wrong. It's a nice-looking console. Yeah. And I'm like, okay. And I noticed that there is a Viper dual NAND on it. Now, there's nothing wrong with a Viper dual NAND when it's soldered properly. Okay? When it's not soldered properly, it's a bad thing. Okay? And you know what's really, really bad is when the original NAND is corrupt. Okay? Yeah. Everything is corrupted. Okay? I mean, it was like, oh my God. And it wouldn't do anything. So, I went ahead and I had to go ahead and I had to use a donor NAND. But I did, and I told him I'm gonna have to turn it back into a single NAND, bro. This thing is like just garbage right now. I mean, the chip had solder all over. I mean, it was beyond. So I took it off the board. I turned it into a regular RGH. I got a donor NAND. Okay, patched it.
Tony, I've got to stop you. I've just seen the comment. I've just seen the comment. Have you ever been a professional wrestler, Tony?
No. No. Although I have walked the streets with a baseball bat and a shotgun. Okay, I mean, I'm not gonna waste my time wrestling. I'm just gonna shoot you in the face and get it over with. Okay? And
I know you like your guns. I mean, somebody bought you a gun. Was it Christmas or something, or your birthday, wasn't it? Somebody bought you a rifle, wasn't it?
An AR-15.
Yeah, man, I remember seeing you post about it. You were so chuffed. Like,
I love that. That's my baby right there. Okay, and then we got Mo. Yeah. Mo stands for Mossberg. That's my 12 gauge. Okay, that's all tactical out. But anyway, I mean, like I said, we're tying back to the pig farm now. I don't want to go there. Okay, anyway.
Yeah. We'll leave that there.
We'll leave that there. Okay, I mean, but anyway, Louis, like I said, he gave me this thing, and I mean, I put a donor name in it, patched it, and everything was great and wonderful. Shipped it off to him. He was happy. Yeah. Okay. A year later, to the date, we'll never forget it. Gets on Messenger, says, Tony, like, yeah, Louis, what's up? He's like, got a little problem. What's that? Well,
a little problem.
Just a little problem. Just a little problem. I'm like, Louis, what's going on? What's the matter, Louis? And he's like, well, my Xbox, it won't boot. I'm like, what happened? Well, it's kind of not your fault. It's kind of my fault. I'm like, why? Well, you see, I went to the strip club and I pissed off my girlfriend. So when I got home, there was a half a bottle of water poured into my ex. I'm like, she did what? I was like, you went to, why didn't you take it with you? Okay, I didn't know she was going to do this, right? This thing, AKA water baby. Can you fix it for me, please? I'm like, oh my God. He sends it to me. I'm like, send it to me. Just send it and I'll see what happens. I get it. I go to turn it on. It doesn't even make any sounds. It's not doing anything. Okay. So I'm like, okay. First thing we're going to do, we're going to make sure that all the moisture is out of the damn thing. Yeah. So what did I do? I grabbed rice in a big pan. Lorraine looked at me like, what the hell are you doing? What are you doing with my rice? I'm like, just stop. Leave me alone. I put the motherboard in this pan and I poured rice all over it. Yeah. Rice does what? Absorb. Okay.
Yeah. It's basically like putting a dehumidifier around your console.
Oh yes, exactly. Thank you. That's a very eloquent way to put that. That's what I did. Okay. Now, went ahead and did that. Then, after about a day, I took it out of the rice, and I seen that the rice was somewhat, puffed up. I'm like okay, there was some moisture in there. Okay. Then I went ahead, and then I dipped it in an alcohol bath, sprayed carb cleaner on it, blew it out. Okay, right. And then what did I do? Okay, I grabbed my reflow wand. And I went over the motherboard, just at a nice 350 degrees. Then I grabbed the pan, I put it in the oven. Again, Lorraine looks at, what the hell are you doing? I'm like going, a la Xbox 360 a la carte. You know, and she's like, oh, like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, like, my oven. I'm like, oh, don't worry, it'll be all right. You know,
I've baked a couple of motherboards. I'll be honest.
You know how that goes.
You know
how that goes. Come on, come on. Anyway, so I baked it, right? Got it all dried out. Finally, she started making sounds. She started beeping. Then all of a sudden, about the 6th try, she comes on. I'm like, there's life.
No fucking
I went in.
No fucking way.
Yes.
She's alive.
She's alive. It's alive. It's alive. Ah! So, anyway, Louis, like, I was like, Louis, it's off life support. And he's like, what? You fix it? Yeah. I put it all together again, fixed it all up, sent it back to him, and he's like, now on, I'm taking it with me when I go to the strip club. And then, the very next day, what does he do? He takes a picture of his basement. He put a stripper pole and a bar in his basement, just so she can't pour water in the freaking Xbox again. You want to talk about...
Oh, my days.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. No. I have some really crazy people. Okay, I mean, literally. But that would have to have been one of the worst ones that I ever had to fix. Okay, seriously. I mean, that was I mean, it was a goner, man, dude. It was a goner. It was a goner, bro. But, you know, I mean, it is what it is.
This next question is something that I think that you probably have trouble answering because of how many you've done and the experience that you've had, and like 3,000 plus consoles is a stupid amount. So
yes, it is.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
All right, and did you ever get beaten by a box? And if so, what was it? If not, what was the most stubborn glitch that you've ever had?
I'm going to tell you what. Like I said, I pull no punches, I tell no lies. Yes, I got beaten by a console. It was a Corona V6. Son of a bitch. One of the worst pieces of shit I have ever worked on in my freaking life. I hate that console. And you know what I did with it? I'm going to tell you what I did with it. I took it outside and I shot it with my 9mm. It pissed me off so damn bad. You know, and one of my friends said, why didn't you do a video on that? That would have been classic Tony. You know what I mean?
You weren't thinking at that point, though.
I wasn't. No, I was so mad. I was so mad. I mean, red in the face, pissed off. My neighbor, standing out on the freaking porch, sees me put this console down on the ground, freaking pull out my 9mm, rock this son of a bitch, and I put one right through it. I ain't give a shit. Like, I win. Ha! You're dead. Okay, you know, I mean, it's like, bitch, try to beat me, then I set it on fire. Anyway, yeah, okay?
So
there
yeah,
you go.
You have been beaten by a console.
I was beaten by it, but guess what? It got way worse than I did. Okay, because you know what? I went out and bought another one.
You won, mate. You won. Definitely.
I won. I won. That's it. Done. No console will beat me because I will shoot it and kill it, and I will just replace it. There you go. Okay, you know, I got the fucking money. I can do it. I don't give a rat's ass. All right? The fuck?
Oh, I knew that was going to be a good question.
That just brings up anger issues, man. I've got a lot of anger issues.
Have you, bruv? Have you? I didn't want to touch on that at all.
I gotta go see my shrink. Wait a minute, hang on. Wait a minute. I got her on speed dial here. Hang on 1 second. Okay, I gotta make a phone call.
Right.
Oh God, where's my Adderall? Anyway, yeah.
Oh, mate. Oh,
sorry.
fucking
I know.
hell.
I know.
Fucking dying here. Fucking hell.
You're picturing me. You are picturing me right now with that 9mm going. Hey, you little bastard! You want to play with me, huh? How do you like this? Pow! And not only did I shoot it once, I shot it twice, and my neighbor even looked at me like, "Oh hell!" He just walked back in the house. He didn't. You know, we're on good terms. He's a real good friend of mine. You know, and he's like going, if ever there's a problem in the neighborhood, I know where I'm coming. Okay.
Tony!
Yes, exactly. You know, I just you know, it's just the way it is. You know, I mean, but like I said, man, you know, a lot of people are like going like, you know, I mean, who in their right mind would have an air horn, okay, with the door open, blasting out, and everybody just said, "Oh, that's just Tony. Don't worry about it. It's okay." Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
You know.
But no, let's bring it back a little bit. Man. Talk about your office, man. Like where you do the consoles, not your your truck, obviously. That's your daytime office. We're talking about the nighttime shit.
Right, nighttime shit.
And like that office, man, you can see it's had so many projects worked on. It's been lived in. It's been it's matured over the years, and it's become.
It's a shrine. It's a temple.
An OCD man's nightmare is what I was going to call it.
Yes, pretty much. You're right. You know, I mean, listen, I know where everything is.
I've seen your videos, bruv. Like, I know there's a lot of installers that look at that and go, no!
How does he do that? Listen, let me tell you. Let me tell you. I know where everything is on this bench, believe it or not. Yeah. You know, God forbid something gets put out of place, because I'll know it. Yeah, you know, I mean, it's great, but you know,
why is my Nandex not in the right fucking place?
It's in the drawer. Where did it go? Who took it? I want to know. Okay, you know, I mean, it's like really, you know, I mean, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you though, really, in all honesty, you know, I mean, one of the problems is I work an 8-hour day, and then when I come home, there of course is Lorraine. With all of these orders. And she's like,
so basically, while you've been working all day, your missus is going, yeah, well, there's another 10.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yes.
He can do 2 a night. That's the rest of the 2 weeks. You know?
Oh, yes, of course. You know what? And she's sitting there, and she's watching the website, and she's getting messages left and right. You know, want to buy this, want to buy that. I got one going to Australia, for God's sake. You know, I mean, I had them going to France, had them going to UK. Look. XB Online's console, friggin' Leon, okay? You know, I mean, his guy is getting shipped out. You know, I mean, you know,
the image that I've got on the slideshow is actually fucking Mr. Mario's console, man. That's a fucking nuts one.
Yeah, he got it too. We shipped it out to him.
Yeah, he's got that already. No way.
Oh yeah. He's gonna do an unboxing on it and everything on his YouTube channel.
Awesome, you know? Man. When this video goes live, I'll make sure to put that unboxing of Mr. Mario's console in the description. And hopefully, Mr. Mario will see this video and love it just as much as what we do. And hopefully, I'll get an interview with Mr. Mario as well for you guys. That would be.
I would love.
That would be lit as fuck to have like a communication that come and bounce straight off Tony. That'd be.
Oh, Mr. Mario's awesome. Mr. Mario's an awesome guy. I love him dearly. Yeah. I mean, I grew up watching him, for God's sake, man. I can't say, well, you know, he put on my YouTube channel, I want to grow up and be like you, Tony. You know, and I looked at him, I was like, huh? You know, I mean, wait a minute, that Mr. Mario? Holy you know, I mean, just shocked me to shit. You know, I was like going, wow.
We've got to like respect the. You've got Dope Sonar, you've got fucking XX Modded Warfare, you've got fucking obviously Johnny Guns. You know,
of course.
All those crew that have made the whole scene such a better place to be in because they've done their tutorials. They've made sure people understand. Well, not understand, but make it user friendly. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
It's sort of like these are YouTubers that have gone out of their way to try and make sure that they've got videos up that show you how to do what Tony does, what I've done to my own consoles, what a lot of installers just do.
Right.
They haven't gone OTT and gone, oh look, you've got to like stick these down with hot glue and you've got to make sure these wires are perfectly in sync, and you know they've given you the basic idea. You can obviously take it to your own level of expertise and add shit, take shit away. Within reason, obviously. There's some wires that are crucial.
Have been around for a long time. Okay, there's a lot of respect, you know, and I mean, you know, they, you know, like I said, I was not really. I mean, how can I say this? Okay, it's kind of like my developer for my server, Lewis Carroll. Okay,
right.
He is antisocial, anti-Facebook, anti-YouTube, anti-Christ. Okay, you know, I mean, this
man's the anti-dude.
Yeah, he's like doing that. Before I got on Facebook, I was quiet to myself, never bothered with anybody. I was on Scene X, you know, as Mondo Man 22. I was all over the damn place. Okay, you know,
do you want to go into that at all?
Oh my God!
Alter Ego was, or
you're my other.
We've opened a can of worms, so like
FTA.
Yeah.
Free to air. Yes.
Okay, so what is that of? Okay. Do you want to explain?
I will explain this.
Yeah.
I'm going to explain this. Okay, you know, I mean, okay, a while ago, between 2008 and 2012, I was into free-to-air satellite. Now, what that is basically free-to-air, which is, yeah, there's an alter side to that, okay? What we used to do is, you know, you had things like Dish Network, DirecTV, and of course you had Nagravision 1, Nagravision 2, Nagravision 3, you know, just like the Xbox with their dashboard updates and security measures and everything else. Well, this was for TV, okay? And a free-to-air unit like a K-Box or something like that, right, was just a regular satellite receiver until you put a binary file in it and you reprogrammed it. And what we used to do was, well, I used to JTAG, you know, VIP 622s, which were, you know, Dish Network receivers. And we also had
a skybox is what you're talking
right,
about.
pretty much. Yes, exactly. You know, and we would use the CAM or Conditional Access Manager, which is the little card. Okay, and what we would do is we would JTAG the box, get the magic box keys, and then we had a Phoenix card.
Magic box key.
Yes, those were
that's
the
the
keys.
key that unlocks what?
Well, that's the key that actually lets you use the card. You have got to have.
So it would let you run unassigned software from the card.
No. What it would do is it would let you actually use the card and manipulate the card because the card thought it was in a box, not in a card reader. Right. You see, what we used was we would use software, you know, which was FireShare Load Balancer, which was a server, okay? And what we did was we would take the Conditional Access Manager, the card, out of the box. Now, once you take it out of the box, it's rendered useless, okay? Because Mama Box is not there. The card is looking for those box keys. Yeah. Well, when you JTAG the receiver, well, guess what? You get the box keys. Then you put them into part of the program, and then you put the card into the little Phoenix card reader that's plugged into the computer, and now the card thinks that it's in the box, so it's all happy and running. Now, once you get that, okay.
This is where the magic happens.
Yeah, yes, exactly. This is where the magic happens. Once you get that card where you can actually get the control words from it, control words are words that descramble your channels. They're slung every 3 seconds. There's a 5 character, 5 byte, you know, control word slung to the receiver to decrypt it. Okay? Right. Once you get that card in there and you put it in there, and you could have it like a Dreambox or, you know, hooked to a computer. And when you do that, all right, you can now have FireShare Load Balancer where you can actually share the card. Hence the term IKS, Internet Key Sharing. Okay? So you can go ahead to people and you can give them access to the server. And if they have an FTA box, well, using the new CAMS protocol, or even if they have a media center where you could use MD-API and you can use ACAM software, all right, you hook to the server through the new CAM protocol with your ID and password. And now you change a channel, and guess what? It goes to the server says, oh yeah, you're good, and starts slinging control words. And we've had as many as 250, 300 people on one card. So we would have Dish Network farms, lots of them. And yeah, it was quite the thing. Okay, you know, I mean, there was Nagravision 2, which were standalone files, which was really cool because you didn't have to rely on IKS. But Big Daddy Kudaleski, aka Nagravision Corporation, okay, they came along and invented Nagra 3 because Nagra 2 was such a failure. I mean, Nagra 1 was broken in a year. Nagra 2 was broken in 15 minutes because we had someone on the inside. Nagra 3 has never been broken, but you can IKS. But the problem with that is guess what? There's a little IP address. Now, an IP does not make a person. So I got away with murder. Okay, but on the end spectrum of that, okay, you know, I mean, you know as well as I do, all good things come to an end. Okay, you know, and in 2012, when I showed you that letter, yeah, that's when good things came to an end very quickly.
Yeah, definitely.
The brakes came on.
So
okay?
Basically what happened in this letter, Tony was told quite severely, stop doing what the fuck he was doing. Yeah. I'm not going to show this letter because I think this is personal information to Tony, but he has shown me the letter so I can confirm this whole story. Tony got told to fuck off.
I got told you keep going, boy, I'm gonna nail you to the wall like you ain't never seen before.
Basically, man would have probably hit prison time and a fine that would have put him so far in debt he would have never have come out the other side of it.
One of my friends up in Canada got hit really bad. I mean, they had Dish Network security up there, the RCMP. Okay, Bell Express Fuse security, everything else. They raided his house, server farm, everything. And what they did was they were smart. They Anton Pillar Act, and they filed a civil suit. Okay, freaking $14 million. Okay, damages. Okay? All right, $14 million. He called me. He's like, Tony, man, they nailed me.
Right, like just to bring this into like nowadays terms, what you're talking about basically is now what Cody is, yeah.
Yes, very much so. Very, very so.
And this would work on an Xbox before Cody was even a thing.
Oh yeah. XBMC. Okay. XBMC ran on the original Xbox. It was designed for the Xbox. Okay. Then Microsoft got pissed because they saw that Cody, well, actually XBMC was going in a direction that we had NaviX, Iron Bills, baby, streaming movies and stuff that were.
Pay-per-view.
Right, stuff like that. Well, of course, Microsoft was like, oh, no, we're not having this. No.
Of course they're not. They can't be seen as a multinational corporation to be allowing that sort of shit. No. You got to see it was done. Even though Bill Gates is a cunt, and the reason that I started RGH to start off with was because my console got the Red Ring of Death. You know what I mean? Like, all that stuff. And that happened about a week after the warranty ran out.
Of course,
and it was almost like it wasn't designed right because a lot of them went wrong before that warranty ran out.
Yes, are you kidding me?
But like you said, with your grandson and all that shit, like it all brings it up nicely. Like it's sort of Microsoft are a multi-billion-pound corporation for a reason.
Oh yeah, they are. Yes, they are.
It's because of their cunts.
You know what I mean?
If you want to be a multi-billion-pound corporation, you've got to be a bit of a cunt.
You've got to screw people.
Yeah.
You have got to screw people. That's just the way it is. I mean, anybody who has that much money, damn well that they didn't get that friggin' shit legal.
Let's put it this way: Bill Gates wouldn't be there where he is today without his fucking roommate, would he?
That you're absolutely correct, right there.
So if you want to be a billion-pound company, just screw your roommate.
Right, exactly. Just screw over your buddy and just let it rip skip. It's just evil, man. Evil. But what I'm really happy about though is that Cody's coming back, and they were TV add-ons. They rated their server.
Mate, the whole thing about Sky charging fucking $20 for an hour fight.
Oh yeah.
An hour for $20 fucking dollars.
No, I know. It's like, I mean. Really, I'm gonna tell you what. TV add-ons. The best part about that is that there was nothing found illegal. So now they're countersuing. I mean, I'm sitting here going, yeah.
Definitely.
Cody is awesome. I love it. I use it for all my TVs. I
everybody else should
all over the house.
Everybody else should too.
The hell with Netflix. What are you doing with Netflix? Jesus Christ, you're paying for this crap? What are you, nuts? Oh, please, people that say, I got Netflix, I'm like going...
If you want to pay for the movie and enjoy the movie, go to the cinema and watch it and give your money to them that way.
That's right, exactly. Don't.
If you're at home using your own entertainment equipment that you've paid for... use your own entertainment equipment that you paid for.
Thank you. Okay, like... Everything in my house is streaming off of an Android client.
Yeah,
that's the way it is. I have a main server. I've got 2 Silicon Dust tuners running cable TV cards, and and it streams. I've got 9 tuners all together, so I can record, watch whatever the freak I want, and everything, and it works great with Cody.
Yeah.
Works great with Cody. Great things. But like I said, that's the other side of me. There's many facets to Tony.
Right, mate, we'll bring it back then. We'll bring it back. So what is the most difficult part of an install?
Okay, the most difficult part of an install is actually cleaning and prepping the board, because if it's not cleaned and prepped right, it's going to be difficult throughout the whole freaking job now, isn't it?
If you got dust on that pad, you ain't getting solder on it.
You'll get solder on it, but it's going to be shit. It'll look like shit. It's gonna be garbage. Okay, you know, I mean, you don't blow if you don't clean the motherboard. You know, if you notice in a lot of videos that I've done, and you know, like on my old Facebook page, you saw when I was doing people's consoles, I was showing them what I was doing while I was doing it. You know, right? And they're like, oh, that console's, that motherboard's so nasty, right? 5 minutes later, I come back, take a picture, and like, holy man, that thing's clean. Yeah, I got a 20 horsepower air compressor. Yeah, you're damn right it's gonna be clean. Yeah. Okay, I mean, I'm not gonna sell junk.
I honestly think the best thing that any of us use is alcohol.
Yeah, alcohol.
I mean, rubbing alcohol is the best invention for motherboards ever.
It's awesome. You know, I mean, listen,
that shit makes shit shiny.
Oh yes, oh yes, and you know what's real good too? Carburetor cleaner. Carburetor
really?
Carburetor cleaner. I'm telling you right now, when you do a reflow and you know how that liquid flux gets around and it's all over the place and it's gummy and nasty and just sticking to every freaking thing, you know, right? You take that carb cleaner, you spray that down, and then you just blow it out. Yeah. It's all gone. It's all gone. Carburetor cleaner is great. And, you know, they make carburetor cleaner that's safe for electronics, safe for map sensors, safe for MAF sensors, safe for oxygen. You know, I mean, safe for every sensor that's on a fuel injection system. So definitely. It sure as hell ain't going to hurt a console now, is it?
No, for sure, man.
You know, I mean, you know, and it works great. It works great. But alcohol. What I've always used, alcohol. Yeah. I mean, when I get a nasty one, yeah, I'll use carb cleaner. And I use my compressor to blow it out. But alcohol most of the time. All the time. All the time. You know? I mean, that's the best way to do it. You know? And I mean, you know, like I said, with anything electronic, you want to make sure that all of your points are clean, fluxed, look good. I mean, you know, I like, you know, people like going, how do you get it shiny? Well, you know, it depends on what temperature you run the iron. Everybody asks me, what temperature you run the iron at? I'm like, what tip am I using? I'm like, huh? Well, let's see. We got a bullnose tip. We got a wedge tip. You got a pinpoint tip. Everything requires a different temperature. Yeah. Whether people realize it or not. You know, I mean, certified welding, believe me, I know this shit, okay? You know, everything requires a different temperature depending upon what tip you're using.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you could
use
totally
perfect sense. It's a different surface area that you're heating, so.
Exactly. You know, I mean, you know, you can't just go half cocked off and just, you know, if you want it to look decent and also you want to make sure the connections are good, set the temperature right. Do a test hit on a friggin' old radio or something, you know, if you're not sure. You know, I mean, usually I'm running between 475 to 653 degrees, depending upon what I'm running. Yeah. You know, it depends on what tips I'm running. That's simple. You know, I mean, you know, no big deal. But that's basically how I do it. You know, I mean, I just believe cleanliness is next to godliness. Now, I know that my desk does not look that way. Okay, right? I know this. Okay, all right. It does not look that. It looks like, oh my God, what hit his house? Okay, but that's just because I'm one person. I can only do so much, you know, and I really do. I do have to clean it. It's overdue, long overdue. Okay, you know. Because,
well, when you do that, I want to see a video of your nice clean desk. Ready?
Oh, you will.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
I promise you.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you what. You know, it's getting to the point now where it's reminding me of. How shall I say this? Okay. If I step the wrong way, I will get covered in Xbox parts and probably die. Okay, all right, you know, I mean, you know, seriously, Lorraine will find me with a friggin' console stuck up my ass. All right, you know, I'm sitting there going like, get it out. You know,
I've been here for 3 days, Lorraine. Help me.
3 days. I'm dying here. Okay, you know, I mean, oh my God, you know, so it's getting to that point now where, yeah, it's got to get done. Okay, it definitely does. It definitely does. I got too much crap here, man. Just wild. Okay, now, what other things do you want to ask me, my fine?
Well, mate, this is going very, very well, man. Yeah, loads of people are like, yeah, Cody rocks, fucking all that sort of shit, man.
Oh, yes, it does. Yes, it does. TV add-ons, man. TV add-ons. Put it on there. Rip skip.
A couple people shouting out the 99% rubbing alcohol. That's always a good thing.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Hey, you know what's real good? 151 rum. Because not only can you clean the damn thing, you can also drink the shit.
No. All right, so, mate, I wouldn't like to drink 99% rubbing alcohol. That's a bit of a scary one.
That would be bad. But one rum works real good.
Could you mix it with Pepsi and it should be right?
Yeah. Oh yes, of course. It works great. I promise you. Okay, you know. Wow.
Right.
Okay.
On that note, I'm gonna go and grab another beer from the kitchen quickly, and maybe have a little piss while I'm at it. But
okay, listen, I'm gonna tell you what. I will meet you back here in 1 minute because I gotta get a drink because I'm about ready to die here. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Just give me 1 minute, guys. I'll be right back. Okay. 1 minute. 1 minute. That's all I ask. Thank you. Thank you. Be right back. I
will be back in a second as well, and then we'll get to the second half of this shit, man.
Sounds good, man.
Definitely good, man. I'll speak to you in a bit, Tony.
All right, brother.
I'm gonna put some music on for a second whilst we run to the toilets and do that sort of stuff, and we'll get on with the second part of this shit, mate. 'Cause it's fucking awesome. I love it, mate.
Sounds good, man. I'm loving it. I'm loving it, brother. All right, man. See you in a second. All right, brother.
Cheers, brother. Bye. And boom. Yes, people. This is actually happening. It's been really good. I'm sure we're going to get to the rest of the questions, and we've got a few extra bits to go over. So let me go and get a piss and a drink, and then we will resume. One love. Speak to you in a second. Go down. Right, I'm back. Tony's gonna be back in a very, very short while, unless he's back already and he beat me. I don't think so though. I was pretty fucking quick. I'm gonna make a quick cigarette right here. And yeah, well, it's going pretty well so far, people. Let me see your fucking thumbs up in that chat, man. Let me smash that thumbs up button, people. Got a few more questions to ask Tony, and we're going to cover a few more bits about the services that he actually fucking provides and shit like that.
Consider this party crashed.
Special friggin' guest star! Special friggin' guest star!
What the fuck?
I told you I got some surprises.
What's the actual is that who I think it is?
Oh yeah, that's who you think it is.
That's called a legit party crash right there, bro.
And you didn't do it in a dick move like Seth did. Wow, what the fuck? What's he doing here? I didn't give him the link. He was here for 2.5 hours already.
Yes. You know damn well I love my
man like Stelio crashing Tony's party.
Oh yeah.
Alright, brother. How are you, mate?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good, dude. I'm very good, man.
I just wanted to jump on the stream and complain about you know, people that won my free console. Oh wait, shit, never mind. Sorry, that's I wanted to do.
Oh God.
Mate,
Wow! Wow!
I don't want to fucking attack a boy. Me and him had a bit of an altercation after that stream.
I got shots all day long, man. I'll just keep firing. I don't care if you want me to. It's cool.
Mr. Seth, I'm pretty sure the reason that he's not watching today is because I told him that you jump on every fucking one of my streams and try to make it about you. Don't get me wrong, like, my comment on your stream against that, he was like, oh mate, what about your timekeeping and all that shit, and all I put was, what about the console that you've given away? Have you sent it out yet? Triggered is the word that I come back with after that. I've got nothing against the boy. I did a fucking live stream for him. I gave the console away for him. I did that out of my own time for no fucking reason whatsoever, other than my viewers might get a free, fairly decent console out of it. That didn't happen. I apologise to my viewers. I will never ever be doing a console giveaway for him again.
Yeah. Did they find out? Did they hear about the penis case
no,
cut?
that's completely fucking. That's going to be a different stream. I think I might have to.
If you do that,
yeah,
you better be on there. I want to be on that stream just for shits and giggles.
Seth, I'm disappointed, man.
Anyways,
more than anything, I'm more disappointed. Yeah, the kid was a fucking dickhead. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. You're giving away a part of your. Yeah, it was a shit console, and you said on live on stream it was going to be a shit console, but there was no point making it shitter.
Well, I just wanted to remind everybody, not to deviate everything from this, but since I did crash it, I figured might as well try to get some brownie points back.
Right, I'm upset with you, Stellia, because you just made my stream about Seth again.
Yeah!
Dickhead! You're a fucking dickhead. It's exactly the same shit that I said to Seth the other day.
No. I've been told that I'm not a dick. I'm an asshole. The main difference.
You're right.
Right, I'm going to be getting called a fucking Purge fanboy again by the Africans. What are you doing here? What the fuck are you doing here, man? Like, this is going to fucking go viral, and before you know it, mate, I'm disappointed, Stanley. I'm disappointed.
Why are you disappointed? I am shocked that you expected anything better than this.
Oh man, it's all fucking shits and giggles, mate. You know this.
I'm gonna let Tony have his time, because we all know that he's paying you about $20 a minute right now for this.
What? Where's that coming from? No, excuse me, asshole.
What I wasn't supposed to say was that he paid me to crash it. No, I paid him. No, I just crashed it. Never mind. But you know that picture that I posted with the Purge logo on it. That is from the case cut from my Purge console that I got from Tony like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And the reason that I was able to take that picture is because it's not currently in my console. I did something that I found out afterwards I was not supposed to do.
What did you do to your console, Tony?
Well, I mean, the console's actually in about 20 different locations, plus however many screws belong to it, and 2 different clips. Let's just put it this way. Turns out that if you open a console up, you void the warranty.
No fucking shit.
And my intentions were really good. I told him, I was like, Tony, I was trying to learn from the best, and you know, when you reverse engineer something, you gotta take it apart. And,
yeah, but not with friggin' crazy glue and bubble gum, man.
Dude, crazy glue and bubble gum, dude. What do you think? That's what I code everything with, man.
I know, but
I've heard you can't code anyway.
I copy crazy glue and then I paste the bubble gum.
Yes, you gotta see. Wait, it does it bitwise. Little bits of bubble gum everywhere.
I gotta say though, Tony knows for a fact just how much I enjoy copy and pasting anything, because I did a little bit of coding when I was up visiting him when the hurricane blew through, and this guy wouldn't leave my shoulder the whole time.
Oh no!
And so there was long story short, I had to copy a function from my source over to something for him, and I actually grimaced, and he's like, "You look like you're in pain." I was like, "It just doesn't feel right."
Yeah. Dude, it looked like somebody took your lollipop, man. Or you know what?
I think you did steal his lollipop. Is what happened.
No.
Oh, not steal. Not steal. That was a wrong word. I'm sorry.
Stuart, I can honestly say this. All right. Here's what it looked like. Okay. Imagine this beautiful, gorgeous woman sitting in front of you.
Yeah.
And she is ready to go.
You're not referring to Stalio as that
guess
beautiful
what?
woman.
Guess what?
Coding, I'm assuming.
Guess what?
You give them too much. It's not pay-per-view. If they're not
No, it was bad. It was bad. Yeah, it was bad because
fuck
it was like,
pay-per-view.
He ate a bottle
Pirate
of
for life.
saltpeter. He ate a bottle of saltpeter. It just went limp. Okay, I'm telling you right now. It just went friggin' limp, man. I looked at him and I was like, dude, you look like you just stabbed yourself. He's copy and paste. Jesus Christ. I couldn't believe it. I just, okay, I see where this is going. Okay. But
are we allowed to tell people what we're talking about, or is this going to be a cryptic mystery for everyone to not know about?
It's not cryptic at all, because things last these days.
Oh, he's a fucking clever fucker, isn't he?
It's staying power, baby. It's staying power. Okay,
it's purge power, is what it is.
Dude. I've got the biggest fucking blue pill for a fucking server that you could ever imagine. This thing got a hard on, baby.
I've heard, yeah.
It ain't going away.
Yeah. But anyway,
it's all good.
Stalio, mate, it's been an honour you fucking crashing the stream. I didn't expect that at all. That is a little surprise that he's pulled on me.
Tony,
Yes.
Tony.
Yeah. Yes.
He's about to kick me out.
No, I know he is.
No, I'm not going to kick you out. I'm not going to kick you out at all. I'm not that sort of a person. You join the stream in good faith, and you're not here to have a go at me. So, and in all fairness, I've had more of a go at you.
Seriously, that was reversed. That was reversed.
I'm gonna leave you to your romantic little lovey-dovey thing, and I'm gonna return.
Right,
to
Stay, before you go,
yes,
mate, big news today for you and Purge and Purgers.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. This isn't about me right now. This is about Tony Vibe.
I get that. But mate, you're here, so we've got to cover it quickly. Purge Live is now officially launched. Yeah.
Yes, it is official now. It is official after over a year of work. So it's been a long time coming, and it feels really good. I had a shot last night.
Nice. Well, I mean, I'm on my fourth beer now. I've got some vodka and some Red Bully stuff.
You need to get some of that moonshine or whatever it is.
Yeah, so I'm getting there. Me and Tony having an awesome conversation, mate. Congratulations on getting yourself there, bruv.
Thank you, brother.
I know it's been a long time coming. And I know you've worked very fucking hard, and I know a lot of people tell you that you can't code on a daily basis. Fair play to you, bro. Fair play to you. I mean, I've been told by multiple sources that it's got nothing to do with him. He hasn't coded anything. He's done. I've sat there and watched you code, mate. You know what I mean? I know you've got skills, mate. You know what I mean? So people can hate all they fucking want, mate. You've put your time in. You put your work in. You've got to where you are.
The thing is, I don't care if it's good or bad. If you're talking about me, guess what? You're fucking talking about me, bitch.
As they say, all publicity is good publicity.
You're damn straight.
So yeah, mate. Fuck the haters. Fuck everyone that's fucking pissed everyone else off, man. You know what I mean?
You know what's really cool?
All's fair in love and war.
That's right. You know what's really funny is they can't get Stalio out of their mouth. God, think about that.
Yeah.
I'm like this. I'm like this salty, creamy thing.
Fuck off!
Wow!
Right,
Wow!
I am gonna remove him.
Wow! God, cut!
Stalio, I love you lots, man. We'll speak soon, brother.
Bye, my brother. Have a good one. Love you, man. Tony, love you, brother. Take care.
Yeah,
I'm
love you
coming
too,
to
brother.
crush you in person again pretty soon. I have to do
Sounds
it again.
good, man. Yeah, we need to. We need to, definitely, without a doubt, man. We need to send
Yo,
Stuart
Stalio, when's
When's
4.0 coming? When's 4.0 coming, Stalio?
Oh,
Stalio,
God.
Stalio, when's 4.0 coming, Stalio? Stalio, when's 4.0 coming, Stalio?
Let's all see it together. You ready? 3, 2, 1.
2020.
Oh, my God.
I'm out, guys. Peace.
Take it easy, bro.
Laters, dude.
Hey.
Man, that was fucking awesome. I wasn't expecting that at all.
You like that, huh? You like that, huh? Okay, I told you, there's going to be some surprises. Anyway.
Brilliant,
I love
brilliant.
that man, dude. He's
Mate,
a good guy.
Yeah, he is indeed. He is indeed. He came up to visit you when the hurricane was hitting.
Yes,
down in
he
Florida,
did.
yeah.
In fact, what happened is, okay, okay. You know, a lot of people are like going like, man, Tony Stealth is like lasting. Yeah, well, Stelio has a friend named Lewis Carroll. Okay, and that is my developer. And what happened is, you see, Lewis always kept to himself, very quiet, to himself, not in the Xbox scene, just like a freaking hermit, man. Okay, but that's Lewis. Okay, he's like I said, he's the Antichrist. Okay, you ask him a question, he's like, yeah, no, and that's it. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm talking to the personality of a donut, but this man is brilliant when it comes to math. Okay, I mean, he's just crazy. Now, you know, I mean, Stelio was visiting him from Florida because of the hurricane. Now he lives by me, and lo and behold, next thing I know, on my doorstep, there's the two of them.
Yeah.
You saw the picture, okay? You know, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I was like going like, you know, I mean, yeah. And there was Lewis eating my couch. Anyway, that's a long story. Make a long story short, okay? You know, I mean, they all knew that. You know, I mean, I build consoles. This is what I do.
Yeah.
Okay, I am by no means a freaking now, mind you, years ago, yeah, CPM, you know, Fortran 77, COBOL, you know, I mean, yeah, PPC, no, okay, just no. I don't have the time. I don't want to delve into it, you know. I mean, because then I cannot concentrate on what I do and what I love, which happens to be hardware. So they knew that I was in, you know, that I was like going like, you know, KB Life was sucking. It was horrible. Okay, it's horrible.
I mean, I'm on your server right now. Your notifier.
Mm-hmm. You like that?
I've got a bit of an issue with your notifier, dude.
Makes you crazy, don't it? You know, I mean, we're changing that, man. We're changing it. I had a couple. Tony,
I get an awful lot of notifications as a modder, like the rest of us do. I've been on your stealth since this evening.
You know what I mean? You like that, huh?
I've just got online on GTA right now on your server, man. I'm in a full lobby. I've just joined a full lobby with your server. The only other plugin I've got running is Purge, obviously. Is there a menu on your server or not for GTA?
No. There's no menus.
There's no menus. It's just a legitimate straight server.
Right. It's just a legitimate straight server. Listen, you know, I mean, I'm gonna tell you what. Lewis had the method, okay, and you know what happened was they were like going, Tony. I don't know if it was because they were drunk. Okay, you know, I mean, but they were like going like, Tony, we're gonna build you this fucking thing. Next thing you know, 36 hours later, I had a server, and after that, I had people say, "Hey, Tony, what did you do to this thing? This thing runs pretty smooth." I'm going, I don't know. Okay, at that point in time, I was like, I don't know what they did. I have no idea. But they went ahead and they threw this together. Lewis is my main developer. Stelio just helped him a little bit because he was, you know, he was in question about where to put what things, and I can't talk about those things.
Obviously,
okay,
this is the secret formula that I covered with the XP online stealth.
Yes, you know, and I mean, it's
certain
just,
things have got to be held close to the chest.
Oh,
I mean? To
yes.
make this a viable business for other people and for the general community, and for this to work, certain things do need to be kept a lot closer to the chest than what a lot of people are thinking.
Oh, you're damn straight it does. Okay, you know, and I mean, and you know, and the way I look at it is like this. It's like, you know, I wanted to give a good quality console, but I wanted to also give a good quality server, because you know, when you buy a console from me, you get my server for a month, and I couldn't take killed another KV, it killed another KV, it killed another. I was just like, you know, I mean, because there was nothing I could do. Okay?
Don't get me wrong. I mean, I've worked for a year after I worked for Purge and all that stuff. I worked as a dev, well, not a dev, just a general maintenance guy for the Pug server. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's a little server
Yes, I have.
We run out of the UK, and we use NFO, which is obviously cross country, but you know, I took care of making sure it had a fairly decent firewall that I implemented myself. You know, little things that I did to try and make the server better, whilst I was helping out with it. I mean, I still help out with it today. I mean, literally, for instance, yesterday I jumped on the NFO, did a server reboot because there was an update for fucking the servers. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, of course. It always. Okay, you go. All of a sudden, it's like, wait a minute, where'd the server go? It's that. Well, it just rebooted itself. Son of a, you know what I mean? You're sitting there going, what the? You know, I know.
And all of us know what happened as soon as that happens. Our message boxes get lit the fuck up.
Oh God! Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, I'm lucky in the position that I am now. I don't work for Purge. I don't work for Pugs. I don't work for anybody but myself, and doing what I really enjoy, which is these Q&As and getting people to realise that the people behind the fucking scenes are real people that have got real lives, and try and do the best they can by the clients they have. Like I said, even with devs doing the copy and paste stealths that everyone fucking help, they're doing the best they can with the skills they've got.
You know, I mean, listen, it is what it is. Okay, they try. You know what? That's cool. You know what? Because when it comes right down to it, look. If you don't try, you never know what you're gonna what you could have succeeded at.
Exactly.
So why stop? Why stop?
I'd never known anything about servers or NFOs or anything like that prior to me working for Pugs. The person that owned Pugs trusted me enough to go in and learn Pugs whilst it was fucking running and up as a server. You know, which is scary. A massive opportunity for me as somebody that's really interested in how this shit works. You know what I mean? Like, it's just something that I took on board. I realised that there's a listening device. The XEX calls out to that listening device. That listening device then is a buffer between you and Microsoft, and you know, all those little things that came from just watching how the listener worked and just sitting on that dashboard and watching it happen. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, it's you're making the console it's not supposed to do. You know, I mean, let's face it, it is not supposed to do this shit.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, all right, and yet we're doing that.
Yeah.
You tell me. And you know, I mean, for him to let you get on there and do this while it's running now, mind you, there's clients on this thing. That must have been nerve-wracking for you.
Yeah. Oh, mate, yeah, I thought, mate, am I going to just shut this thing down one day and it's not going to come back?
Yeah.
Am I going to say, yeah, I'm sorry, I fucked your OS?
Yeah.
Which is the worst. As the maintenance man, that's the worst thing that you can possibly say to a client.
Oh yes.
You know what I mean? That's all I did while I was there. Was literally I did the system updates. I made sure that the server was always up and running. I made sure there was no processes running that didn't need to be running whilst the fucking listener was working. Those, those little things that somebody that owns a mod menu doesn't really want to have to fucking deal with, right? Or somebody that owns a stealth doesn't. They've got their panel. They can add people, take people away, and we all know how unsafe panels are. You know what I mean?
Oh God, yes. What are you kidding
That is like the hacking key to a fucking stealth.
You know, I mean, we don't even have a panel. That's we don't even have a panel.
My PHP all the way, mate. You know what I mean? It's,
yes.
If you can put it in at a base level, why the fuck with anything else on top of that? Like, you know what I mean? To be honest, I've got my own little stealth that I run just as a private stealth, as a little thing. Me and the person that owns Pugs, we both own the source to this stealth. It's cool. It's a simple copy and paste stealth, you know. There's nothing special about it.
As long as it works.
Does
it work? Yeah.
People can connect to the fucking Xbox Online through this stealth, like, you know what I mean. But it's called Sneaky. it runs as a background listener in the Pugs listener, like, you know what I mean? There's a second listener basically running, and that's my little baby, like, you know what I mean? There's like,
that's cool. That is really cool. There's nothing wrong with that, man. Like I said, if you enjoy doing it, fun to it, do it. You know, I mean,
exactly.
You know,
I designed my HUD for it and stuff like that. I learned how to do that myself and shit. Like, you know, it's all a self-learning process when it came down to that sort of side of things. But I mean, I enjoyed doing it. It's all fun and it's all games.
That's right, exactly. You know, I mean, if you take it too seriously, then it doesn't become fun anymore.
Exactly.
You know, if it's not fun to do, then why do it?
Yeah.
Okay, to begin with.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I mean, why do it to begin with? If you're not going to have fun, then why do it? Okay, you know, you got to do it for the love of it. You know, I mean, you know, people look at us, you know, I mean, probably weird.
People look up,
you know, like,
people look up to people, especially like yourself and Stelio and Jester, and you know what I mean. They're put on pedestals. These people.
I don't like being put on pedestals.
I don't give a shit, mate. You've been put there. You
Yeah,
got to deal with that shit.
But yeah, Jesus, you've been drinking too much. I'm telling you. You know, I mean, honestly, like I said, you know, Jesus, you know, you're fucking killing me, man. You're fucking killing me, mate. Yeah,
that's the words that I've been looking for all night.
Yeah, you're freaking killing me. Okay, you know, I mean, honestly, you know, I mean, like I said, you know, I'm just at the end of the day, okay, I take my shoes off and I kick back and just sit back and, you know, I'll sit out on the porch, just look at the sky and just say, thank God for another day. I greatly appreciate it, Lord. You know, and I mean, and then I wake up the next morning and say, okay, I'm breathing. Life is good. All right, you know, I'm okay. You know, I'm nothing special. I'm just me. And, you know, anybody, if you, how can I say this without coming off as an asshole? You know what? I don't give a fuck if I come off as an asshole or not. All right, you know what? If you put yourself in that box where, oh, I'm better than you, as I graduated from Harvard, you know what? You're going to be a very lonely person.
Yeah.
Very lonely. I, myself, you know, I mean, like I said, I'm flesh and blood. I bleed. You cut me, I bleed. Okay? You know, I mean, I'm just like everybody else. You know, just like everybody else.
Same fucking color as every fucker else.
You know, that's right. You know, my flies on the. I mean, this is me. That's it. You know, I mean, nothing special, nothing great, nothing. Just me.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, and that's the way I treat everybody, and hopefully people treat me the same way, because that's what I want. I don't want to be looked up to as, ooh, you stooted. No, just me. I'm good. I'm happy. Now. Okay, now before we were so rudely interrupted, yeah, I can't believe you did that. Crazy bastard.
I've got to give you as good as you get, just because you're from a fucking...
Dude, it was
just
lit.
Just because you're from USA, man, doesn't mean I'm not going to give you shit.
That's it. I can't wait for him to come up, man. It's going to be a blast, you know? I mean, but, you know, I mean, before we were so, stelioized, okay, perjurized. Okay, now, as we were getting back to the question, okay, let me ask you, you asked me, the last one was, the longest console was, you know, that drove me crazy. I answered that, okay?
Yeah.
Now, you wanted to ask me another question, okay, that has to deal with customers, and I see that. So go ahead and ask away, my friend. I'm sitting here waiting on this one so I can answer it completely honestly.
Okay. Have you ever sent an Xbox to the wrong person?
Oh, fuck yeah, I have, okay? Listen, I oh, hell yes. Listen. I when you do the amount of volume that I do, okay, all right, remember, okay, I have one other person in there, Lorraine, is handling all the shipping. Sometimes, okay, for some unknown reason, somebody's address gets put on a different invoice. This happens, okay? It does happen. It's human, okay? And it's like, you know, one guy, he opened up the console and said, Tony, I didn't pay for this. This is a really, really nice console. I was like, what console is it? And he showed me a picture, and I had a freaking stroke. I was like, oh my God. And he's like, I kind of figured that. He's like, listen, man, I'll ship it back to set. Meanwhile, the other guy got his. Tony, where the hell is all my mods? I was going, oh my God. You can imagine how we had to explain that, okay? And how I gave each one of them money so they could ship it to each other.
Obviously. Yeah, you got paid for your mistake, dude. Definitely.
Yeah, you did great. Oh, yeah. No. I've got no problems coming out of my wallet for that.
Damn straight, mate.
That's us.
But yeah. That's funny as fuck, dude. Like the fact that you owned up straight away. You went, yeah, that shit happened.
Oh, it does. It does. But you know what? At the end of the day, it gets straightened out. You know, I mean, one way or the other. Listen, we're human. We're not perfect, okay? Shit happens. What am I going to say?
Only
okay,
human
you know what?
after all.
That's right. And you know. I mean, I had one go completely off the grid. Guy never got it. Post office didn't own up to it. No, nothing. No. I sent him a new one. No charge, no nothing. Because you know why? At the end of the day, you put your money in my hands, okay? Well, what that means that I'm responsible.
Yeah.
And I will stick by what the freak I do and what the freak I say.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, in plain English, if you trust me with this, well, then you're trusting me with your money. And you know what? Money is hard to come by these days.
Yeah.
You gotta, you're working your ass off all the time. All right? I know I work my ass off all the time. You know what? I want to get what I pay for. Yeah. And I look at it just like everybody else. Hey, I'm going to get what I paid for. Period. Okay? You know, that's why we do the thing. Now we even have people signing for these damn things. Because we've had them where they didn't even bother to drop it off or anything like that. It came back to us. And we're like, what the hell? You know, I mean, you know, and then we had to send it back, and it cost us money. So now we have them where, you know, they go out and sign for them.
Yeah.
I mean, we did have it where we would give them a tracking number, but we would never have people sign for them. Now we have people sign for them. It's just the way it's got to be. Yeah. Because, you know, I mean,
shit.
God,
mate, I've seen when you've sent out a console and it's got there and it's been crumpled and fucked over by the postal service.
Oh my God, yes.
I've seen the disappointment in the customer, the disappointment in you, and it's just sort of like, you can't control every link. You know what I mean?
Once it leaves here, it's out of my hands.
Exactly.
And once that happens, it's like, oh my, please get there safe in one piece.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. You've got
you know, and I mean, when you play football with a friggin' console like the post office does, you know, I mean, what the hell? I had a guy, I said to him, I did a J-tag for him, and I don't know if you remember the video or not, but he got it. And he did a video. Thanks to the freaking post office, the box was completely destroyed. The console shell was cracked. Yeah. Dude, I said, send it back to me. He's like, really? I was like, send it back to me. Send it back to me. I redid the entire thing, got it all working for him again and everything else. Sent it back. Would you believe those bitches still
did it again, didn't they?
Yeah. But the console was okay. Yeah, but the console was okay.
Yeah.
It worked and he was happy. And I was like, thank you, Jesus. You know? But I'm like, going like, this is what our postal service come to.
Yeah.
What the hell am I paying for? Okay, what the hell am I shipping for? Why am I paying this amount of money? To what? You know, so that way my customer gets a broken piece of crap before he can even get the damn box. It's destroyed. What the hell? Okay, I mean, don't get me going there. But yes, straight away owning right up to it. Yes, I have. I have sent a console person. And I had made amends, and because you know what? That's what you do.
Yeah. Put
your big boy pants on if you want to do this shit. That's all I got to say. You know? I mean, you know, yeah. So there you go. Glad we got now.
Yes, mate. Yes. Thank you very much. Yeah.
You're welcome.
That's brilliant. That's actually brilliant. I'm a happy boy right now.
Let me tell you this again. I could have been one of the most